Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at something that is now getting on for being fairly old, has become incredibly collectible and are now becoming more and more difficult to find, especially in this mint sealed condition. We are looking at the 2008 release by Hasbro from the Action Man 40th anniversary series of action figures, accessories and vehicles. And this particular item we're looking at today is of the Underwater Explorer series, and this set is from the Treasure Hunter Underwater Explorer set. And obviously this is all based on the original Action Man, which debuted was launched by Palitoy in 1966, and it was basically copying the success of the G.I. Joe line in the USA, and Hasbro granted the license to Palitoy to market the figure in the UK as Action Man. Now G.I. Joe was all based on the US Army, and of course when they launched Action Man, he was based on the British infantry, Germans, Australians, all infantry based around the world basically. 1970 saw an updated Action Man. They released the Action Man that now have flocked hair as opposed to the painted heads. And of course they then came in with gripping hands, whereas before they were just the hard pointed hands. And then of course from 1978 to 1984, which was when they finally finished, they had that new dynamic physique, and of course the eagle eyes was another feature of the later Action Man. Hasbro then decided that the market was too big to lose, but it was 9 years later before they actually launched the new wave of Action Men, which ran from 93 to 2006. But it wasn't military based. It was more like a James Bond style figure, if you like, with a really completely different dynamic body. No gripping hands, no flocked hair, anything like that, or no eagle eyes, just a standard figure, but with that dynamic body, soft rubber, so the hands were quite movable and adjustable. And that series ran up until 2006. But I say there was no military involved in that. It was just literally action and adventure. And there was two adversaries that Action Man would face, and that was Professor Gangrene and Dr. X. So Action Man came to an end really in 2006. Now in 2006, Hasbro then, in conjunction with Model Loft in the UK, authorised the reissue of the original 1960s and 70s Action Man and equipment, and that was what we now know as the 40th anniversary, and that was released between 2006 and 2010 before that line was finished, although that line continued to go because there was so much merchandise produced during those 4-year periods. There was a brief return for the 50th anniversary in 2016-2017, where there was, I think, half a dozen different types of Action Men again produced, all again based on the original Action Men. And then there was a few more produced in 2018, which they called the new generation of Action Men. But that's as far as we are at the moment. Anyway, let's not digress any further. Let's get on to this set here, because this is what the video is all about. So we're looking at the Underwater Explorer and Treasure Hunter, which it says at the very top of the packet. And it says Action Man by Palitoy. And behind the packet you can see all the accessories. And it says, collect these stars towards your free Action Man gifts. And there's 5 stars on here. Now the stars set wasn't you didn't get anything with the Palitoy, with the 40th anniversary reissues, but the original Palitoy ones you did. If you saved up the stars for everything you bought, you could send away and get a free gift. Okay, so the contents in this is the treasure chest, the coins, the octopus, the trunks, the fins, the face mask, the snorkel, the hammer harpoon gun, and the underwater explorer leaflet. But we'll come back to all of that in a moment. What I want to do now is turn the card around and let's have a look at what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I'll turn the card around and this is what we got on the back. It doesn't really give you a great deal of information on the back here. So it says Action Man, authentic equipment for Action Man Underwater Explorer series. And you've got Underwater Explorer, the Treasure Hunter, the Sea Scooter, and the Film Unit. And it says, look out for the following carded outfits too: the Killer Shark, the Diver Boy, and the Skin Diver. And at the very bottom there, it's got Hasbro 2008, used with permission. Reproduction pack, so, and it's made in China. Okay, so that is the back of the card. So let's turn the card back round to the front and let's have a look at the items themselves. Okay, so I've zoomed right into the card, the top of the card there, so we can have a look at the what's behind the cellophane. So we've got a couple of coins there, and that's supposed to be the treasure, and that treasure will go into the treasure chest, which is below. We'll come to that in a second. So that's your treasure coins. Just below that, you've got the Action Man Underwater Explorer leaflet, and lying on top of that leaflet is the deadly octopus, which Action Man has to battle against. If we go over to the side here, you can see you've got Action Man snorkel. He's got his mask, he's got his underwater pickaxe, and his harpoon gun and his harpoon missile. Now I believe that if you load up that missile into the harpoon gun, you can actually fire it, so it does fire. It's spring loaded and it does fire. Okay, and then you've got your Action Man shorts, swimming shorts, and he's got his flippers at the bottom there. And there is his chest, which is what he's a treasure hunter, so that's what he's looking for. He's looking for the treasure chest, but he's going to be disappointed because all that's in there are those two coins at the top there. Okay, and then obviously it's all geared for the 12-inch Action Man figure. So the shorts fit in, the flippers or the fins, if you like, face mask and the snorkel are all for the 12-inch figure. So his hands will grip the harpoon gun quite nicely as well, and he can hold on to the treasure. Okay, so that's about all we can tell you about this. There's not a lot else you can see. It's all pretty much self-explanatory. The question you're going to ask me though is, how well did these sets do in 2008? Well, but they were released between 2006 and 2010. This one was bang in the middle in 2008. Well, Action Man 40th anniversary, the whole range done fabulously. It got better and better as it got older. So between 2006 and 2010, there was a lot of die-hard original Action Man collectors that were saying how rubbish the 40th anniversary sets were. However, once they saw them and got into them, they were quite pleased with them, and a lot of the collectors of the original Action Man Palitoy sets started to collect the 40th anniversary ones. So the longer the 40th anniversary stuff was around, the better it sold. I can remember just before COVID, all this 40th anniversary stuff was getting so scarce because it had all finished. The lines were coming to an end, and Modeller's Loft, who was the importer in the UK, they were running out of stock and there was no more being produced. So it was a case of, oh my God, we just got to get everything we can find because it's going to be coming to an end, and it eventually did come to an end. But remarkably, yes, the 40th anniversary stuff sold very well eventually. I think it's one after 2010 when they stopped producing it. I think that's when it really took off, the 40th anniversary stuff. Everybody wanted it, probably because they knew the lines were finishing, and the whole lot had been done and there was no more being produced. So maybe that's why, I don't know, I'm surmising here. But let's move forward to 2025. So we're moving forward 17 years from when this was actually produced. Do they appear very often on the platforms? Well, yes, they do. Stuff still comes on the platforms of the Action Man 40th anniversary. Quite a lot of it, to be fair. You do get a lot of loose stuff on the platforms without the packets. You also do get quite a few of the sealed packs. However, they are demanding huge amounts of money now, which are not far short from the original Palitoy sets. If you can find one of those, you're not there's not a great deal of difference between the Palitoy sets and the 40th anniversary sets now. That massive price gap has got smaller because the 40th anniversary sets that keep going up and up and up in value because they're in high demand. So for the collectors that haven't got any particular sets, they are very, very collectibles. So some of these sets were produced in bigger quantities than others. This particular one we're looking at today, this one was quite a high volumed set, and so there was a lot of them out there. I'm assuming it was anyway. It might be that just nobody bought it. I don't know, but it was. It's a very good set, great accessories for the Action Man. But then again, you know, we're not all of this 40th anniversary sets. They weren't geared for you to play with. They were bought. They were geared for collectors to collect and collect them, just like they were with the original ones. So I don't think many of these was actually opened and taken out. I know some of them were. Obviously, some people did open them and dress the Action Man in the kits that they bought to go with them, and put them on display. But they say there was no great playability with these. Most of them were just for collectors. And that's the same because you know, you do see them on the platforms all showing as collector's items now. But one other thing, if you are intending to buy on a platform, just be very careful because they do use stock images and you may be ordering a used item when you think you're ordering a new item. So just be very, very careful with that, and just, if it says used, click the used icon and read what it says before you actually order the item. Otherwise you can end up with something that you really didn't think you was ordering. Or alternatively, we at Midas Touch, we do not believe in stock photographs. So what you're seeing on our website is exactly the items that you will be receiving. And this particular item, also not to mention the photographs, but also every one of our new uploads all comes with a YouTube video relating to the item that's been listed. So, and this particular item is available as of today, and it is available on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Action Man items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Action Man underwater explorer treasure hunter set. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.